Simone Biles made history at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Before, she was tied at number 1 with Shannon Miller, a legendary American gymnast from the 90s. They both had 7 Olympic medals. Simone broke that tie recently. Now she's a sole number 1 record holder with the most Olympic medals in gymnast history. That's 11 Olympic medals and 30 world championships, widely considered the greatest of all time. So I have to congratulate Simone on that. So proud of her bringing home those medals from Paris. Now, while Simone was celebrating her accomplishments with her family, her husband, her mother and father, one person crawled out from under the Save-A-Lot in Ohio. That's Shannon Biles, Simone's biological mother. It's been over 2 decades since she abandoned Simone. Nearly a quarter of a century ago, she abandoned 4 kids, Simone, her 2 sisters, and her brother. Now the biological mother somehow found her way in Simone's spotlight. Simone is obviously not interested in dealing with her biological parents. In her eyes, her father is her granddad and his wife is her mother. They adopted her after her biological mom left her in foster care. And instead of respecting Simone's wishes, you have people like Ricky Smiley saying Simone should be grateful that she's got a biological mother. It's a lot going on here. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Simone Biles is the most decorated gymnast ever. That's what should be the focus right now, but you have her biological mother doing interviews with the Daily Mail.
How do you handle the fact that this is brought up every 4 years?
I'm over it already. I can't keep dwelling on it.
If you're over it already, then what's the purpose of this interview?
Whenever she's ready, and I'm here. I want her to be able to come to me and say, okay, let's have a sit down, because there's some things I want to know. So I just have to have patience. I want to let her know that I love her. I'm very proud of her, but I'm just still waiting. I would like to sit down and talk to you and answer any questions you may have. I don't know what you've been told but, I want you to hear the real deal. I was an addict. I will always be an addict.
Okay, this is already starting off bad. She's literally responding like a basic. If the purpose is to publicly call out Simone to talk to you, I'm sorry, this isn't working.
But there's just a way that you have to learn how to stay away from people, places, and things, and change your routine, and just change your life. Live your best life.
Yeah, it sounds like Simone is living her best life and she's trying not to let you in. Shannon's father is the one who saved her 4 kids from foster care. He kept all 4 children together, but at some point, he eventually adopted 2 of them and his sister adopted the other 2. So it's not like Simone didn't have a way to contact her biological mom. Simone's early experiences with her mom, it wasn't good at all. And as a grown woman, she completely cut off her toxic biological parents.
If I need to know anything, I'll call my dad. Hey, Dad, what's going on with Simone? How's everybody doing? He keeps me posted.
So you don't have like a direct number that you can even reach out to her?
I do, but I won't.
Why not?
I want her to reach out to me. She's 27 now. She's married. I would like to have been a part of that, but I just have to wait for her.
That says a lot. She's got her number, but she's waiting on Simone to call her, like it's Simone's responsibility. We're talking about the child. You're trying to hold the child responsible for initiating and making up with the person who abandoned her? As you can see, the mother is still suffering from arrested development. It's the reason why Simone got married and didn't want her to be involved. And I'm willing to bet that her doing this interview with the Daily Mail, it didn't help. This story made headlines all over the place. Even Ricky Smiley touched on this on his radio show. Take a listen.
Now tell me what y'all would do in this situation. Now we all know Simone Biles just did her thing at the Paris Olympics. Well, now y'all, her birth mother, Shannon, done said in a new interview that she want to reconcile, of course she does now, and reconnect with her Olympic gymnast daughter. Here's what she had to say.
I'm over it already. Can't keep dwelling on it. Whenever she's ready, and I'm here. I want her to be able to come to me and say, okay, let's have a sit down, because there's some things I want to know. So I just have to have patience. I want to let her know that I love her. I'm very proud of her. I would like to sit down and talk to you and answer any questions you may have. I was an addict. I will always be an addict. But there's just a way that you have to learn how to stay away from people, places, and things, and change your routine and just change your life.
Side note, it sounds like that's what Simone did. She's staying away from certain people in her life, but they're out here doing interviews to guilt her into reconciliation.
I can definitely understand that. One thing, I went through the same thing. I wasn't given away, but I was raised by my grandparents. My mom went through the same thing. And the best thing my mom did was made one of the greatest decisions of putting me with my grandparents who, they're the reason as to who I am today. And instead of keeping your child with you and taking them through that, because she protected her from all of that stuff.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Simone's biological mother did not protect her, nor did she protect her sisters and her brother. They ended up in foster care. That's not protecting your child. That's placing your babies in a horrible situation at a vulnerable state. The person who saved them from foster care is her dad, Simone's granddad. He tried to keep all 4 kids together, but at some point it was too much, so his family stepped in to help. His sister took the oldest, she adopted them, and the granddad adopted the 2 youngest, including Simone. So yeah, they had a better life as a result of having their granddad they call father and their grandmother, the person the girls call their mother. You're up here giving the biological mom credit for something she didn't do. She failed her children. The praise should be reserved for the grandparents that stepped in, not the biological parent that abandoned them.
There's some of the things that come with illness. I'm sure she don't want anything, but I'm sure it'll be a good opportunity to answer questions and to get to know each other or whatever, because I'm not sure if it's about money or anything like that, but
he's always talking out both sides of his head. One second he says he's sure it's not about money, and then the very next second he's talking about he's not sure if it's about money. The truth is, the biological mother, she is struggling. She's working at a grocery store in Ohio, living in the hood. Her whole financial situation was exposed in the article. And again, like I said before, I believe that was a tactic. It's a tactic to make people feel sorry for her and question Simone on why she won't help her biological mother. The media is being used to shame Simone and manipulate her into supporting her.
I understand that situation, and that was smart of her mother to put her in a space so she could be the person who she is, because had she not, she could have been in some real dangerous and bad situations.
Yeah.
There you go.
For sure. Yeah.
Again, he's making up a whole story that's not true. It's very easy to research Simone's story. You will see that her biological mom did leave her children in a horrible situation. They ended up in foster care, and even when she had them, she neglected them. The beginning of Simone's story is very sad, but at the end of the day, I have to say I'm very proud of what she's accomplished, but her biological parents had nothing to do with it. It was her granddaddy who saved her and placed her and her younger sister in gymnastics.
Shannon Biles said drug and alcohol abuse led to her parents adopting. Shannon Biles? Who is that?
Yeah, this is supposed to be a professional syndicated radio show, but these folks, they just get on here talking. They don't read over their stories, can't even keep up with the names. Shannon Biles is Simone's biological mother.
No, Shannon is the mom. Yeah,
Okay.
Shannon's the mom.
Okay. She said the drug and alcohol abuse led to her parents adopting Simone when Simone was just 6, and another one of her daughters, Audria. She also said that she had Simone's phone number, but wants her daughter to reach out to her when the gymnast is ready, and that if Simone does reach out, she will ask for forgiveness and to move forward with their lives.
And that's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do. I really feel bad for the mother, and I hope that in her time, that she would understand or whatever. I'm sure she's not asking for anything, but like she said, if she have any questions, anything she want to talk about or whatever, and that'd be good closure for her.
He said he felt bad for Shannon Biles as if she's the victim, but not Simone Biles or the 3 other children she abandoned to run the streets. How was the birth mother the victim and not those 4 kids? You would think you would have sympathy for Simone, for what she went through. She was the child in this situation. How can you not feel for her? She didn't ask to be here, but she succeeded anyway, despite how it all started out. He's talking about closure. Who said Simone didn't already have closure? The person feeling some type of way is the one still living in the hood in Ohio, doing interviews, talking about a person who just worked extremely hard to outperform every other competitor in the world. Like, really?
Or whatever, or just you're blessed to have a mother that's clean and sober.
He said she's blessed to have a clean and sober mom. I don't think he's understanding what's going on. Simone was abandoned by this woman almost a quarter of a century ago. In her mind, her biological parents are not her parents. Clearly, she's not interested in dealing with any of them right now. Her mom is in her life. In her mind, the person she's blessed to have is her granddaddy that saved and raised her.
Like myself, my mom been clean and sober 35 years, and I'm real proud of my mom. And she, put us in a position to be the best. My sister and I, is only two of us. We are both successful, and we don't hold no grudges, no judgment over here.
Ricky is basically saying he forgave his basic mama, so Simone should forgive hers. Here's the problem. No one can shame and guilt Simone into doing anything. Not Ricky, no one on social media, no news organization printing these stories. It's all up to one person, and that person is Simone.
I was an addict. I will always be an addict.
How's her relationship with the other three? Or is she not concerned about them because they're not the ones with the bag? Like, what is this really about? Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. What do you think about Ricky basically saying that Simone should handle her situation the same way he handled his? He's insinuating that she shouldn't judge her mom and should call her for closure. Tell me what you think about this below. Special thank you to my sister Andrea from Detroit. I appreciate you, Andrea, for supporting the channel, as well as Jason P, Darius, Early Lately, and Roland C. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.